Hi there guys, it's Alex here from Inquisitive Pixel, and this week we're taking a look at FTL, which stands for Faster Than Light. And yes, you've guessed it, this is a spaceship game. So you start the game with your ship, and what you have to do is you have to transmit a secret message to the Imperial fleet and not get captured by the rebels. No, you're not R2-D2, and it's not the plans for the Death Star. So, how are you going to get these plans to the commander of the fleet? Well, you're going to do this using your FTL drive. Now, your FTL drive lets you jump between planets in an area. There are beacons out that let you into an area. And every time you enter an area, you're going to get a text encounter. Once you've completed this encounter, some of them will be battles where you get to fight alongside other ships. Some of them will be random events that just give you items. And some of them will result in your death, but we'll come to those later. So you've got to move through the 8 sectors, travelling and completing these random encounters. Once you get to the final 8 sector, you then have a boss battle. So, what are the missions you're going to be doing along the way? Well, some of them will be, here, you found a weapon floating in space. Fantastic, but very, very rare. 2, there's a rebel ship and it's going to tell the rebel fleet where you are, and you must run as fast as you can unless you destroy them. And that brings us on to the combat aspect of this game. The combat aspect is great. You can pause at any time to give orders to your crew or aim your weapons. So weapons take a limited amount of time to charge, and you can get lots of different types. Some of them will use missiles and some of them won't. You have a limited supply of missiles and drone parts. So bear that in mind. So you completed your encounter, you've killed off the enemy bad guy. What happens next? Well, you get some fuel, or you could get some missiles, and you often get scrap. Now scrap is the game's currency. You can use this to buy new weapons at the store, new crew at the store, but you can also use this to upgrade your ship. Now upgrading your ship is really important, because you have energy levels in your ship. And you can upgrade your shields or your engines or your medibay, but if you don't have enough power, you can't put energy into the system. So you've got to remember to buy power as well. And that creates great dynamic in the game, because you could upgrade your shields and your weapons and then only put power in one while you need it, and then maybe change it in the middle of the fight. And that makes the game really, really good, because your game makes it more replayable, because as you're playing, you can change where you want to put the power and what you're going to upgrade. So this random encounter and the different way of upgrading your ship makes the game really replayable, as I've said. And that's really, really important, because this game features Permadeath. Now, you can't beat a bit of Permadeath. It makes the game fun, it makes the game different, but it also makes the game really tense. And if you're right on the last mission and you're about to kill the bad guy, and Steam decides to crash because someone phones you on Skype, you're going to get really, really annoyed. But hey, that's okay. It makes the game more fun. Just remember that when your game crashes. So it looks really good, with little animations from your weapons firing, and great noises when your shields go down, even when doors open. I mean, this game sounds really good. It's got its own soundtrack, so whether you're fighting a ship in a nebula, or whether you're just cruising through space, fighting giant alien spiders, or helping the locals, it still sounds good and looks good. So we've covered all the things that make this game great. It's replayable, it's got good graphics, it's got good sounds, it's got a good story, and to be honest, it's just really, really fun. And addictive. But for a game that is so fun, there are some negatives. The permadeath is very frustrating if you're just about at the end, or you've put a lot of hours into one ship and you die on a technicality, shall we say. But the most annoying thing is the ship unlocking element. There are 9 ships to play with. I've been playing for 16 hours and I've only unlocked 3. So that is irritating, because you can only unlock ships through random encounters. So if you don't go into the right area with the right upgrades, you're not going to unlock the other ships. And that's frustrating. But let's put all that aside and just talk about how good fun this game is to play, how great it sounds, and how good it looks. Because even the fire looks good in this game. Even when you die and you know you've got to start again, you still enjoy the game. So for that reason, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 pixels.